Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn, ads.com today.
Missing video archives this week? The good news is you don't have to. You can hear the rest of this conversation and Video Archives After Show by subscribing to the Video Archives Patreon. Head on over to patreon.com/video archives to subscribe today.
The movie is The Promise from 1979.
Universal Pictures, directed by Gilbert Cates. When you first pulled out this tape, I was like, okay, this looks like, a really schmaltzy, this looks like a TV movie.
Mm-hmm. And then you put it on, I started watching it, and for reasons beyond the movie, it kind of blew my mind. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Quentin, I'm going to turn it over to you because you had like a really good setup, like a really good take on pitching this movie.
I have to say that I am actually a fan of turgid tearjerkers. I actually like that kind of. I like that kind of movie that all builds up to the final scene where you have a big emotional cry
and the strings play.
Yeah. Whether it's Other Side of the Mountain or any love stories where people are ripped apart,
That's probably the comp for this, Other Side of the Mountain.
Yes, I think so. I like old-fashioned melodramas. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Douglas Sirk kind of movies.
Yeah,
and
that's
this
exactly what.
And this fits into that category. I'm also a fan of new face movies. I think that's a really interesting subgenre, and The Promise is that as well. So this young couple in love, Kathleen Quinlan and Stephen Collins. She's a painter. She's this kind of artsy fartsy, connected with vibes, kind of almost Earth Mothery type of person. Also, who's also an artist. And then he is like the son of a giant architect. He's a big architect, and his mother runs a giant architect corporation that I think her father started.
Yes.
And he's just like a chip from the old block. All right. He's a magnificent architect on his own, and she's grooming him to take over the business. And she's got a perfect son. And then literally they make it a point. And, it will be a family run business for 3 generations. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And he's incredibly talented at it. So it's all really
passionate
good. Passionate about it. Quinlan and Collins decide they're going to get married. And so he goes, you know what? Let me go talk to my mom. I know she's not really into you, but I think things will change. I'm expecting good things. All right. So let's give her a chance. So he goes to the house to say, look, hey, I'm getting married and this is happening. And the mother, played by Beatrice Straight, who had just won the Oscar a little bit earlier for Network. She's William Holden's wife in it. She's not into it. Now, she's not into it for a variety of reasons. The main one that she can put her finger on is the idea that, well, look, we've got this gigantic account coming up. I mean, this will be the defining thing for our company into the next decade. And now's not the time for you to start a new marriage for a year. I need your full concentration. He's like, Mom, you got it. People get married all the time and still manage to do jobs. That's of course I'll be there. No, but I really need, you've got it, Mom. So stop. But there's more to it than that. I mean, she doesn't think that the girl is a gold digger, but she just doesn't take her son seriously. He just fell for this girl. He can do better. She's not really into the idea that she's an artist. I mean, that seems flaky. She comes from a bad family stock as far as she's concerned. So it's just the same thing as if the movie was from the 30s, where it's like, no, these are not the right people. These are not the people that we married. That scene is actually really good because Stephen Collins, the last thing in the world he wants to do is just like destroy his relationship with his mother, So he says, I'm doing this and I'm marrying her. And like the mother even hired a private detective to write a dossier on her. And what you've done is so reprehensible that I'm just going to pretend it didn't even happen, that you just lost your senses for a second. And because you love me so much, you did something abominable, but we'll never speak of it again. And everything will go on as it was. It just, you had temporary insanity. Now that's the way it's going to be, Mom, or it's going to be another way. And I promise you, you won't like that way. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of compassion that he is like, don't force me to write you out of my life.
Yeah, he's got young idealistic love and it's overpowering everything.
But if anything, it talks him into, no, I want to get married to her tonight. So he goes to Kathleen Quinn and they go, no, we're going to go. It's raining. I don't care if it's raining. We're going to go, we're drive to wherever there's a quick wedding, and that's where they're going to get married. He's got his little buddy who's going to be his best man. And so the three of them are driving in the rain to get married. And while they're driving, they get into a terrible auto accident. The friend, the lucky bastard, like is thrown from the car and like maybe skins his knee or something. He breaks a fingernail. Stephen Collins he's going to be fine, but he's in a coma for like
he's messed up.
He's messed up, but he's in a coma for like a couple of weeks, but he'll heal. He'll be fine. The girl went through the windshield face first. Internally, through a miracle, nothing got destroyed or punctured. So she'll be fine when she recovers. But her face is just utterly destroyed.
There's nothing there anymore.
There's just nothing there. Her face is, practically her face got ripped off practically.
Remember, you can hear the rest of this episode ad-free by subscribing to the Video Archives Patreon. You'll also get access to the Video Archives After Show, where we play never-before-heard clips, answer your fan questions, and even play vaulted episodes. Visit patreon.com/videoarchives today for all of the details. We'll be back with a brand new episode next week.